Hello and welcome to Renato to Glory. This is my FIFA 22 Ultimate Team Road to Glory where I'll be attempting to progress throughout the year whilst keeping Renato Sanchez in my starting 11. In recent FIFAs I have loosely followed this idea, but this time I'm documenting it so that I have to stick to it. For those that don't know, Renato Sanchez is a Portuguese centre midfielder who currently plays for Lille. He is every FIFA player's dream with incredible stats and an incredible head of hair. Expect regular uploads, especially around important promotions like Scream and Team of the Year. Please make sure to leave a like on the video and make sure you subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on. Please leave a comment with any feedback or thoughts you may have. Enjoy the video. So guys, welcome to episode 4 now of the Renato to Glory. It's Friday, FUT CHAMPS, recording it on the day that FUT CHAMPS is out. I did qualify in the end. You'll see at the end of the video that I make it through and I'm there playing this weekend, so just want to get that out of the way. Started off this episode, this is some fairly old clips now. I think this is maybe 2 or 3 days old, but I've been a little bit busy. I think we have a few SBCs to do. Obviously, Player of the Month Ronaldo came out today. I don't expect anyone to be doing that, to be honest with you. It seems ridiculously priced at 26 items, but again, I'll show it at the end of the video. It's not one of them that I think anyone's going to want to do. So yeah, SBCs wise, I did a SBC for the Mega Pack, the hybrid leagues and the hybrid nations, all them sort of things. I was just going through them slowly and just trying to get any packs I could, just trying maybe like a bit more cash or maybe find someone untradeable decent, I don't know. So I did this one for the Mega Pack, the Fiendish one, and the League of Nation hybrid, and you'll see that I packed someone relatively decent and sold him on for a big bit of profit, so that's going to go towards whatever team I decide to do after the weekend league, because there does need to be some changes. And here we go, we've got Davies. He's actually 60k at the minute on PC, so sold him on, good bit of profit out of that sort of pack doing the SBC, so 60k towards an icon potentially or a hero for next week. I do quickly want to talk about the Rivals rewards. The Rivals rewards and Squad Battles rewards this year are way nerfed compared to what I remember from last year and maybe the years before. I didn't really expect to get much out of them, and I don't anyway, so it is what it is. I think FUT CHAMPS is probably going to be the biggest thing for rewards this year, and maybe doing SBCs as well. Anyway, so we started to look at building a new team here. We sold Ousmane Dembele, I think, on Wednesday night before Thursday Division Rivals rewards, because I knew he was going to go down. He was like 60k when I sold him, and I think he's probably dropped to like 45 or something after the rewards. So I sold them on as quick as I could. So I saw this guy, his new in form. His stats look really great, well-rounded. The one thing I did notice when I bought him was the high work rates. So something to be aware of, and when I played with him I did notice the high work rates as well. But other than that, he's been pretty solid for a discard inform. I wanted to get inform Jonathan David, like I'd mentioned. It looks like a great card. Skill move's the only thing I think that let it down. Its dribbling was good, its pace and shooting were all pretty good, and I like the guy. I've used him before in previous FIFAs, and I remember him being decent, and we'll see how we get on with him later on. And Wijnaldum was who I ended up going with for my sort of cam slot. I did want to get an icon or something, but I didn't really have the money to get the ones that I thought would be usable and people I'd want to stick with. It would have been Deco or Rui Costa, and it just wasn't that entertaining to maybe go for that option. So anyway, Wijnaldum, thought I'd just pick him up. Weekend League is one of those players that probably will be pretty good for the Weekend League. So I just thought, you know what, send him in, chuck him in, build a new team. And so anyway, here we go, so assembling the team. Andre, this centre mid here who plays CDM for me, is a really good player. Honestly, I may just go back to him instead of this inform. Depends what kind of team I sort of go with after the weekend. But honestly, this inform was good, but I think Andre might just be the best CDM to use at the minute for me in this sort of team. David going in. Strong link to Renato, really solid. I didn't pick up that silver centre back like I thought I might do. Thiago, I can't remember his name now. It looked really good. I may still use him eventually, but for this weekend I just wanted to go complete LaFraud and Upamecano at the back to get it over with, get it done with. Anyway, so talking about the team a little bit more. Playing the first few games, I played 1 or 2 rivals beforehand because I had to for the qualification points before I played the playoffs. I did find the team playing a little bit shit. It wasn't fun. It wasn't working well. I know it's new tactics, maybe a new formation, new players, not what I'm used to. It just didn't feel that great to use. So coming to FUT CHAMPS, I already wasn't too happy with how it was feeling. And talking about FUT CHAMPS, my god, the servers are horrendous. So if the playoffs are anything to go by, I haven't even touched the actual like finals or whatever, you know, the actual weekend league. I haven't touched those servers yet, but I'm imagining they're the same as the playoff ones. They felt horrendous. They were so sluggish, so horrible. But it only felt like it was on my end, so I don't know if there was something to do with like the player-to-player connection within that, or if it's just direct to the server or what. I don't know. But I remember in previous FIFAs that it was all about if you had a horrid connection, you actually ended up having quite the advantage because you was playing against people that had better connection. They had to wait for you. I don't know if that's how it works anymore. I don't know if that's the same thing. I don't know. This game pissed me off. Keylor Navas, I think, made like 19 saves or something. What was it? 17 saves. Wait, no. Yeah, 17. 10 on target. I could not get past him. This was my first game in playing in the playoffs, I think, or maybe second. I don't remember. It was fucking horrendous. Speaking of this, I think I went 6-3 in the end in my playoffs, which is pretty good. You know, I got my 5 wins knocked out pretty easily. I had 2 games spare, I'm pretty sure, at the end where I knew I'd done it. But it was not going well for me. I look like I'm leading the game here, but every game was an absolute struggle to get through. I honestly could not handle whatever was happening in that game. And you'll see as well later on, the last game that I played was honestly one of the most horrendous games I've ever played in my life, but we'll get to it when we get to it. Some of the early games, I had a lot of bullshit moments like that. It reminded me of past FIFAs, it reminded me of past Champs weekends, and just how unenjoyable it was to play. But, you know, it's kind of like what you get into, really. You're playing for good rewards, you're playing against some of the best players on the game. If the game doesn't feel good, you're maybe going to get shitted. Renato Sanchez shouldn't be winning that from the penalty spot and then heading into the back post like that. I don't know. But it's what you expect when you play this. If the servers felt perfect all the time, I have no doubt that I'd probably be 8-1 in this, because there was only one game where I genuinely got absolutely demolished. Every other game that I lost, the other 2 were close in the playoffs. So Champs is probably going to feel like the same. I'm expecting still to do pretty well in Champs. Hopefully I figured out the team a little bit. Hopefully the servers are a little bit better for me. But not entirely sure. Wait and see, play them now. Probably just like the next few days. Over the weekend. What else is there? David, disappointing. I didn't enjoy using David. You see, I'm qualified for Champs Finals. I think I've scored 7 goals in the 10-11 games that I've played with him. Wasn't enjoyable. That centre mid was good, but he's not a good CDM like I had him before. Wijnaldum isn't too bad. I had something I said about him. Where is it? Yeah, Wijnaldum was probably like an okay cam to use for FUT Champs this weekend, and I'm hoping he's going to be okay for me. But there's definitely so many better players, and I think the meta is starting to get figured out a little bit now. Pace is still kind of important. Everyone has hunters, everyone has shadows. It's just whoever can out-hunt or out-shadow the other person. Tall strikers, clunky, low balance, low reactions, agility, stuff like that. They aren't good. They aren't good. Early game pre-patch, like the first actual patch that we had of this game, was all about having those big players with a bit of strength and maybe a bit of pace. But it's sort of reverted now. This update that we've had is just seems to have reset a little bit. Pace and speed hacks literally glitching through people. Like skill moves they're so broken with the acceleration you get out of them in a minute. We're back to that sort of meta. I'd say one thing that I have learned from so far playing this is that I think I prefer wide players. I prefer wide formations, 4-4-2, 4-3-3, maybe something like that. Anyway, this is the game that I was on about earlier. I was 3-0 up 23 minutes into this game. I expected him to rage quit. This was like my last game I was going to play. This is my 9th game. I was so comfortable, so happy, and then you see it's 3-2 9 minutes later, or 11 minutes later, sorry. Don't know what happened. The other 2 goals I'm pretty sure were just sort of half chances, and I recorded this one specifically because it was like such a half chance that shouldn't have even happened. To then the way it progresses, you know, we're 36 minutes in, it's 3-3, I was 3-0 up. How bad can the game really get, you know? How out of it can I really be? So I'm like, okay, let's just change it up a little bit. I lose the ball straight away to Casemiro. I don't know why. I randomly just fake shotted into him, didn't do anything about it. He's throwing goal again, kind of. We sort of shut it down, seal it out a little bit, win the ball back. We're like, all right, lose it a little bit again. Counter attack. Let's go on the counter attack. I'm lucky to get out of there because it was pressing me super hard. Get it out wide. We're looking pretty good. We're in a good place. Merc past him. We're through on goal. Easiest sweat of my life. Allison with a heroic save. The most heroic save you'll ever see in your life. And this hit me. I knew then it was over. And look, 9-3. I lost the game 9-3. My last game with the playoffs, I was 3-0 up. 11 minutes later, I was 3-3, and I end the game 9-3. I was absolutely baffled. Absolutely baffled. I got so angry. I was kicking everything. I was so pissed off. I just could not understand what had happened that game. I was dominating it so early. I didn't change tactics. I'm guessing he did, and fair play to him figuring it out, but nothing went my way. I literally had sand in my boots when I was running around it, or cement. I was concrete boots. That's what they felt they were made of. I could have 11 men on the line for the entirety of that game, and I'd still probably lose 9-3. But that was the end of the playoffs for me. You know, we got through it. We qualified. We were happy. It's not too much stress. That's all I wanted to do, just to get that done. Like you see, it's available in 6 hours. I literally was banging it out just before I could, like, you know, play it or on that Friday morning. So I'm happy to get that done though. Rewards, obviously my luck is fucking terrible at the minute. Mukiele already got him, I'm pretty sure. But, you know, what can you expect? These rewards aren't good. The premium gold players packs, like 25k packs, they don't normally pay out. It's all about the 50k packs, I think, and the 100k packs. Pack weight's good, but I think it's just so terrible from the ones where you actually earn it. Like, your rewards are horrid. I can't wait to see what the red team of the weeks are from FUT Champs. I'm hoping they aren't too bad. Sort of like decision making wise, I've never been blessed with it really ever in my life before. I'm hoping I maybe get someone half decent out of that. I think Suarez is in. If I got that David red team of the week, I'd be pretty happy, because that means I just get my money back for the inform one, and I can keep hold of him, because I'd like to keep on using him, or maybe use him eventually again at some point, or a super sub or something. I don't really know. Anyway, these packs, I just started skipping them. I had enough of them. They weren't good. They really weren't good. I mean, what do I even do with this pack? It's just fodder for upgrade packs, or maybe any shitty SBCs that come along, but I couldn't be arsed. I'd gone through all of that. I even did another SBC just to get a better pack, just to see if I could produce anything more out of it, but nothing. It very rarely ever get anything. There's another one. What pack do you even get from this one? A Premium Gold Players pack, another 25k pack. Just, I'll tell you now, it comes to nothing. So FUT Champs is going to be a grind. It's going to be paying out hopefully at the end for me, because everything else seems to just not. So Gosens. I thought it was Podolski at first, by the way. Where's Gosens? Yeah. What do I do with that? You know, it's not no use for anything. It's just more fodder for SBCs. Shame really, because you work so hard for it, and that's all you get. Out of the mega packs, these are the last two ones that I think I do. You get bored, Brazilian, centre mid, Arthur. It's absolutely nothing for the work you put in the 9-3 loss that I took to succumb to that at the end. It's just fucking horrendous. Honestly, I could not stand it. So, hoping for better things eventually. I'm hoping that for around the promotions, maybe my luck changes a little bit as well. I love the Scream. I love October. I love Halloween. So hopefully there's some good players in that, and hopefully my pack luck picks up a lot for that, because so far I've been absolutely shafted from it. And here we go, last pack, 50k rare players pack. Surely I get something good out of it. No, never do. But we'll play for the weekend league this weekend. Get a video out tomorrow. Should have my first few games in it. Maybe I'll do them all in one day, I'm not sure. But make sure you check out next episode, and hopefully enjoy this one. And I'll see you then.